All right.
Here's
We did a little bit.
the graphic here.
There was a lot to talk about. Did you see most of it?
I didn't see any of it. I was on low quality Twitter Lite when it was all going on because my phone was about to die.
Well, luckily, I have it just on the other side of this piece of paper, the entire list. There's a lot here. So, let's start from the beginning. The XCOM 2 expansion, War of the Chosen, August 29th. And I have to turn down this Twitch stream. Stop yelling.
I was never into XCOM, so that one's not for me.
I'm not huge into XCOM, but the gameplay is nice there. It's a good game. It's just not addictive for me. Any expansion for it is normally whatever price they ask for is far too reasonable. They add a lot to that game. They really care for it. Steven, did you want to say anything about XCOM?
I watched the trailer for it. It looks interesting. I'm going to need to look at it. Like, I pulled up the trailer for it after we watched it.
Yeah, I forgot that you weren't there till
yeah, I'm going to need to watch it isolated again. Like, I need to see like how it's actually going to affect the gameplay. The trailer looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to add a lot, but I need to see like how that's going to interweave into the regular story as well.
Yeah, fair enough. After that was Ooblets for 2018 at some point, and that's a new Tim Schafer game. It's Tim Schafer, but it looks cute. But because it's Tim Schafer, I'm automatically not interested until the game comes out.
It's published by Tim Schafer.
It's his game, so. So yeah, no, it's filed under that.
Wait till it comes out, and if it's good, great, awesome.
Speaking of that, did we go back over the last night thing? Well,
we're actually, it comes up.
Yeah, that's right, it does. All right, we'll get to that later then.
Yeah. After that was BattleTech, which I believe was kickstarted, right?
BattleTech, yes. All
right, so that was the one I was thinking of. It looked cool, I guess, for a strategy game.
Yeah.
Nothing I'll play.
I'm pretty sure that is MechWarrior's roots, and I'm very desperate for more of that series, but I wish it was... I'm pretty sure they do have another legitimate mech action game coming, but that is on the way, is BattleTech.
Alright. After that, Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord. It's Mount and Blade. And if it's like the multiplayer from the older ones, it should be a ton of fun, I think.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of what's there, and if anything was removed, was it good or a bad choice? I don't have much more to say on that game.
I guess I don't either. Maybe I'm not a real PC gamer. Shit.
You're definitely not because of the next game, and I know you haven't played the first. Total Warhammer 2, September 28th of this year.
Hey, fuck you, I haven't. No interest.
I like the Total Warhammer games. I was talking about it earlier. The first one was great. The only setback it had was the amount of DLC, and it wasn't even under a season pass. It was just... I'm pretty sure the DLC reached $100 worth in total.
That's bollocks.
And the fact that game was successful shows that they'll probably do it again with 2, which is a shame. But the Total War game with the Warhammer universe is really awesome. It's just really large buy-in for all the content. After that was Shadowverse, the Wonderland Dreams expansion. It was a card game, but anime.
Is it on Switch?
Didn't care. No.
All right, next game.
Next was Intel's little sponsor time, that I like to call it. They were bragging about their new CPUs with tons of cores, ranging from $1,000 to $2,000.
Yeah,
so I didn't care.
It's I mean, that's way more fitting than the other year was AMD. Who gets AMD hardware if you're into PC gaming?
Right. Not any informed consumer.
In the enthusiast standpoint.
Yeah.
So
Then they brought out a Destiny YouTuber, Tef or something.
Teft.
Who?
Tefty Teft.
Tefty Teft.
Close
Where
enough.
him and the Intel guy promised what PC gamers would consider basic PC port expectations, saying that it would have multi-threading, so they would use all the cores in their CPU.
I would hope so.
Yeah, exactly. And there was nothing new on Destiny 2. They just brought out a YouTuber who's known for playing it, and they're like, it's on PC. That was
All
the
right,
gist
well.
of that. But what was big with the Intel sponsor time that I like was they partnered up with ESL, which is just a huge esports organization for those who don't know. So they'll probably fund like prize pools and stuff, and ESL is huge for like CS:GO. I'm pretty sure they do some League of Legends.
I think Rocket League was in there.
Rocket League is definitely there. But then they also were trying to push VR esports, which with what game they were showing off, I don't care about. And it comes later down in the list though, so we'll talk about that more soon. After the little sponsor time came Tunic, which I've listed as the cute little fox game. That's how I'll remember it. I really like the art. Outside of that, I don't think I'll play the game.
I didn't see anything of it. I'm gonna look it up quick.
Again, it's just one of those games again where I need to see more gameplay outside the trailer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
There's some games where like I can look at the trailer and be like, yes, I'll definitely get this. The game looks like it could be good. I just need to see what the game actually is, what the story's gonna be,
Yeah.
that stuff.
Austin, you're familiar with like the older Zelda titles and Titan Souls and Bastion, right?
Yeah.
They look
yeah.
kind of like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I see that.
It has,
Yeah.
It has the isometric viewpoint.
Yeah, I see that. I found the trailer.
After that, PlayerUnknown came on stage to talk about Battlegrounds. Surprisingly, they gave more info than at Xbox because they introduced a new feature, which was vaulting. Almost any piece of terrain you can vault over. Windows, higher up areas. It looked really cool. It's a nice addition to the game. They had a YouTuber montage because he had to keep up that trend with all the conferences.
Right.
They were talking about, they didn't show this off, but they were talking about new maps and weather effects. Whereas vaulting, they actually showed it.
Yeah.
But it's looking like the game's coming along, and they may actually be able to release at the end of the year like they're promising. Or like they're hoping, not necessarily promise. Just more optimization, which they talked about too. They're working on optimizing the game still. So I'm excited for that. I know you don't care about that style of game, right?
Nope, not really.
Okay. After that was Tripwire. They talked a little about how Rising Storm 2 just came out. They dabbled a bit with the Killing Floor VR game. And then the big announcement there was that their summer event, Sideshow something, was coming to
Summer
Killing
Sideshow.
Floor 2. Yeah.
It's pretty much the seasonal events during Killing Floor 1.
That's
if you ever
cool.
played that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
It
having a
looked really-
free week.
Yep, and it's having a
starting
free week.
tomorrow. Starting tomorrow.
Which is really nice.
By the way, Killing
I
Floor
like
2
playing
is
that game on
also
occasion.
free to get on PSN. So if you have a PS4, just claim it.
Pick it
There
up.
you go.
Pick it up
Yeah,
now.
it's a fun game to play on occasion. It's not.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can't play it every day. I don't find it that addictive. But
But
it's,
free
it's
is
a
worth
fun
it.
game that's worth the price.
Especially free on PSN.
Yeah. After that, Forza Motorsport 7. I don't know why it was there. They didn't show anything new. They just talked about how it's on PC. And they were very, very proud to have revealed a car yesterday at Microsoft's conference. I don't know why. They seemed very proud of it though, because he talked about that a bit.
That car had good specs.
I put in quotes. It was I was what's the word?
Let's put the playlist.
I don't know. I was kind
There
of
it goes.
basically summarizing what he said, but I quoted, "We revealed a car at Video Game Expo." That's what I pulled from it. After that, Sea of Thieves directly quoted for saying Pirates of the Caribbean meets the Goonies, early 2018.
Well, that doesn't
release
help.
date. There was nothing new, no new footage. The only interesting bit there was that they said they're building Sea of Thieves on PC from the ground up. It's not just a port. That was the only interesting bit that I picked up from it.
Yeah, they're developing the console and PC builds at the exact same time. Like,
That's good.
They're not like focusing one then focusing the other.
That's how the Microsoft team does it.
You know, I would hope so when they're making it exclusive to Windows 10.
Yep.
After that was what you wanted to talk about. The last night I even wrote down, touched on Twitter drama, but accent was too thick to understand.
Yeah, it was too fucking.
Like he said something about that?
Yeah, he brought up something about the Twitter thing. It was only a couple sentences.
Because what we know now is from people looking deeper is that the game is not just tones of the Gamergate controversy and his opinions, but it is based around his thoughts and perspective.
If anything, I'm even more curious about the game than whether or not his views are good or bad. It's another perspective, and if you hate the guy afterward, you hate the guy.
Yeah.
If you just want to stay clear of like with that whole thing, then that's whatever you think of it. So personally, to me, it's lost my interest because of that.
Yeah, he said something along the lines of, I apologize for any comments I made in the past. Those views do not represent me as a person now.
So it sounds like he was basically disavowing himself from the past.
So then we're gonna need to see this game's story to see, because he's literally quoted for saying it has influenced his game.
Maybe it's not to such a large degree as we're assuming.
Like, it was literally about it.
We'll see.
Literally, the game was about feminism, post-apocalyptic. I can't remember the exact terms. So yeah, we do need to wait and see.
The announcement of that game and the digging of stuff up has shown me more tweets from people, especially like Notch, that I still follow on Twitter, talk about stuff. And it's like, I've always pretty much agreed with what Notch says, and when it comes to this, it still holds true. But that's something entirely different. It's not video game related, so I won't bring it up.
Yeah.
So last night still looks like a beautiful game. I don't know if I'll ever play it. I didn't. Before and after this whole Twitter thing, I was still not sure whether I wanted to play it. It hasn't really affected my opinion on it.
So then what's next?
What's next is Islands, but with a Y. It's coming to Steam Early Access later this year.
Yep.
It's by Bohemia Interactive.
Oh,
so
great.
Pharma devs.
This is how it's spelled.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Y Lands, but it's pronounced Islands.
Yeah, like that.
It looked interesting. Their focus was very much sandbox, so they just have to have enough within that sandbox to make it interesting. Because if it's all about making your own fun,
well, let me tell you about a little guy called Todd Howard.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. I'll keep my eye on it, but
again,
I don't have. I'm not really expecting much from it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, then what's next?
After that was the new Clay game, which are the developers of Don't Starve and No Oxygen Not Included.
Oh, okay.
It's called Griftlands. The expected release date is late this year, early next. Had a really, really nice art style, but outside of that, there wasn't enough in the trailer to tell me what it is.
Yeah, I know you guys didn't like Don't Starve, but I really did.
No,
I like the style of Don't Starve. I just didn't like the gameplay, but that was just.
I liked both.
I enjoyed what I played. I just haven't played it enough.
I could not get into that game as much as I wanted to. Oxygen Not Included may be better gameplay wise because it's not the same. It's more management, right?
I think so.
So maybe this new game will catch my attention because they have a fantastic art team. If it's all the same guys, none of them have scratched at anything I've wanted scratched. So.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing where Frank will bring that up after this.
Yeah, there are some interesting looking things in Griftlands. Like it looks like turn-based combat, like Final Fantasy turn-based combat, that type of style.
I'm seeing here, yeah.
You're gonna interact with characters by talking to them by the look of it. It looks like you can recruit characters as well. Some characters can get thrown in jail. I'm not sure if that's like if they die they get thrown in jail, you have to pay a bounty to get them out. That's what it looked like from the trailer. But that could be mistaken. Who knows? I'm curious to see more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would definitely want to see more because it's enough to pique my interest. It's not enough to be. I'm on board. I have not necessarily high expectations. I'm just cautious. I don't see a reason to hype myself up with something that I know nothing about to begin with.
So what's next?
Next was the VR game that was mentioned at the Intel sponsor part. Lone Echo or Echo Arena. Lone Echo's the single-player version. Echo Arena's the Ender Games ripoff. It's complete VR. Release date of July 20th. They're having some type of tournament for it through the ESL partnership with championship for it next year in Poland. Didn't really catch my eye.
I quite like it is a small thing in the end, but I quite like the movement in Echoes from the look of it. Like it's zero grav. The way you move is by like pulling yourself towards other objects.
Yeah, it's the training grounds in Ender's game. If you've read or watched the movie. I
was also speaking about just Lone Echo, the game as well. Because Lone Echo and Echo Arena are going to be separate games.
Oh, okay.
Unless they're together in a bundle. But like,
yeah, I have no idea.
Lone Echo is going to be story based by the look of it. Echo Arena is going to be multiplayer.
Right. Yeah, and the Echo Arena for a limited time. If you own an Oculus Rift, you get that game for free. So I mean,
it's fucking.
But
NeoTurf's bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
It's whatever. After that, Lawbreakers. A lot of news coming out of this. Open access starting June 30th.
We got a release
date is August 8th, and it'll be priced at $30.
Nice.
August 8th. So if they fixed a lot from alpha,
they probably didn't. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has a lot of potential, or it had a lot of potential, and if they've been working on it since, it's probably a solid game. I'll definitely give it another try.
I mean, there's the open beta coming up, so we can try it again then.
Right, open access later this month, so definitely worth another try, and we can go from there. But I just remember that at least one issue just to bring up was the melee character was the most fun, but the most broken.
Yeah.
All the other characters were kind of cool, but nothing that was just, oh man, this is so much fun to play. Everyone wanted to be the melee guy.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll have to definitely give it another shot.
As a comparison, it's not like, at least for me, when it's trying to be a class-based shooter, it didn't give me the same vibe as Overwatch, where you're gonna have people who want to play the different classes. The ones in Lawbreakers just didn't feel.
Well, I totally looked at them the same way I first looked at the Overwatch heroes. But it's what's playing them. Playing them is what hooks into them. So yeah, there's still plenty of time to change that.
Right. Yeah, and I'm thinking, especially with Cliff Belinsky behind it, I'm thinking they've made a lot of good changes, and we'll have plenty of time to tell with the open access later this month and get a fair idea of what's changed since. After that was the Fire Emblem inspired game Wargroove by Chucklefish.
Not Fire Emblem, it was Advance Wars.
Oh, Advance Wars.
Which, I would die for another Advance Wars game, but it has to be Advance Wars, it can't be medieval.
It looks interesting. It's a cute little game. I'll probably never play it, but I think it'll be good.
Yeah. I want it like War, not in that style that it was in. I don't know. Maybe I'll be desperate enough to give it a chance.
Yeah.
Just like I will be for BattleTech.
Level creator.
I'm gonna name
yeah.
off the next game real quick, and then I'm gonna go feed my dogs because I don't have anything to say about this really. Middle Earth: Shadow of War. They showed off at PC Gaming Show.
What new did they
I'll
show?
Be right back.
Shit.
Release
Steven
date.
Nelson can fill you in.
Release date is October 10th.
Okay.
They showed off. They showed off a character. I don't remember her name. The Blade of something. She's an assassin hired by people. She can see your elven person, like the spirit person.
Yeah.
She can see him.
Hmm.
And there is going to be a DLC after release, and it's going to be about her.
Oh wow. No, I'm definitely have my eye on that game. God. It's not slowing down with how many games are coming out that fascinate me. Do we know off the top of our head what game after that?
After that, I took down as well. After that was the final thing of the show, I believe, which was Age of Empires Definitive Edition.
I don't have any thoughts on that.
I don't either. I haven't played the game. It seems like they remade Age of Empires from the ground up. They seem to add some nice things. You have online matchmaking, better graphics. You can actually zoom out of the map. Innovation.
I know, right?
Well, that sounds pretty hype for someone that was into Age of Empires then.
Yeah, like for anyone that's into it, they're probably going to enjoy it a lot more. But yeah, it seems alright. Don't know if I'll get it, but
All right. Overall, how long was that conference?
An hour or more.
How much time was in between that and the Ubisoft one?
2 hours.
An hour.
Oh,
Hour and a
okay.
half, something like that.
So it wasn't nearly as long as it used to be.
Yeah, they spaced it out so Ubisoft doesn't overtake PC Gaming Show.
So that's all right. They could have taken like those 3 hours, but yeah.